I have to admit that I am a bit conflicted about posting this video. When I decided to start this channel, I wanted to post college football and Madden content that explained the game while bringing in real football concepts. I wanted to give football strategies and tactics that would make you a better player while not having to focus on quote unquote money plays. So I'd like to think of myself as like a fair and ethical college football 25 player, but every now and then I run into someone online with a toxic play style and it just really gets under my skin. And so sometimes you just want to give them a taste of their own medicine. So you're going to need a play that's designed to say, hey, if you want to play like that, I can too. We can either play the game clean and play it the way that it was intended to be played, or we can dive into the world of exploits and cheese and make this match a toxic experience for the both of us. So you're going to need a weapon to fight fire with fire. So if you need that weapon, this is the video for you. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, first things first, you want to select a team with a fast quarterback. In this example, I'm playing as Georgia Tech. Their quarterback is pretty fast. I think he's like an 88 or an 89. I think you can do this with a quarterback that's 85 and up. I mean, you can do it with slower quarterbacks. It's just going to have a lower success rate, right? And I'm intentionally not doing this as Alabama. Alabama is my favorite team. I play as Alabama. My wife went to Alabama, but I get accused of depending on like Alabama just being an overpowered team for everything that I show to work, and that's not the case. What I am showing is strategy and tactics, and it works regardless of what team you choose. Of course, some teams have advantages over others. And if you're wanting to win in this game, it only makes sense to play as a tier 1 team. I'm not sure why playing as an Alabama or a Texas or a Georgia is a problem, but whatever. I'm Georgia Tech in this example. Anyway, so we all know how, and the play we're coming out in is halfback slip screen. It doesn't matter which halfback slip screen you come out in. There's literally a million options in every playbook. Anyone will do. So you just pick any random halfback slip screen. All right, and then I'll put South Carolina in a random defense. And so we know how the slip screen works, just like that. We've seen it a million times. It's a play I don't love. I'm getting screamed at already, but whatever. We all know how the halfback slip screen works. Okay. Wow, what is this blocking looks like? They're just getting blown up. What we're going to do instead of the conventional way, we're going to allow the running back to run his route, and we are going to instantly scramble outside of the pocket. We take an angle when we scramble outside of the pocket that typically allows us to run upfield and get a good chunk of yards. Okay. We then have the running back's screen as a safety valve. So when we're scrambling and we realize that we're not going to be able to get anywhere, we're going to stop and we're going to throw that screen. It is risky when you do that, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, so this is what it looks like. Boom, we hike, we roll out. I'm not getting anywhere. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, but it worked out because that's actually phase 2 of this play. So I guess I'm jumping straight to phase 2. So basically, for whatever reason, these halfback slip screens that give you a ton of green grass on the other side of the field when you roll out. You're going to find that no matter what team you play, you're going to be able to roll out and get up the field quite often. Okay. Now, what I meant to do here was stop and throw the ball crossbody way back here. And you can see he's waiting. He's waiting for it. He's all alone. And you have an advantage blocking because everyone else focusing, look at everyone's running to the other side of the field. And so you dump it off back to this running back Haynes here, and he has a ton of green grass in front of him. He can get a good chunk of yards, if not a touchdown. All right. But I accidentally pressed the wrong button, but that's okay because the second phase of this, or your second read, which is your first read is to try to run the ball upfield. If that doesn't happen, you can stop and throw it back across the field. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take that back. What you want to do, so your first read is to try to scramble and run up the field. That is your first read. Your second read is to throw the ball not to the screen, but to one of these guys if they're open. Okay, if they're open. Then your third read is to throw it back across the field, because that's more dangerous than throwing it to one of these guys. Because at least these guys, when you're running the ball to this side of the field, they're in your field of vision. We don't, like, when you're doing this, you don't know if your running back is open over there. We're going to assume he is sometimes, but we don't know if he is. So if you can, you're going to throw it to one of your wide receivers that are running to the other side with you. So when you choose your halfback slip screen to execute this with, it's best to do it with a play where wide receivers are running with you to that side of the field. So for example, if I do this halfback slip screen here and I just got them on verticals, on the left side of the screen, like square and triangle are going to be my options over there. It can work. It can work very well. It's going to work very well because they're going to, pull those DBs up the field. Oh shit, they got right through. It's going to pull those DBs up the field, but you don't have many passing options when you do that, right? So here I would stop. What a terrible animation that was. You roll over here, and you stop, throw it back, boom. And that's how that works. Now, when you have them on vertical routes, Jesus. This play, it's fun to run, like, because this is what it looks like sometimes. It's fun to run, but it's like, it's risky. It is cheesy. Don't step out. Oh, he stepped out. It is risky. It is cheesy. But sometimes, like, it's fun to, like, give it back to someone that's, like, cheesing nonstop. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to beat over there. I scramble back, and then I just throw the screen. And because you scramble to the other side of the field, it opens up the screen, like, so much more. Look. It's just so much more open than compared to when you just hike the ball like this, and then you just wait, and then you just throw it. Like, there's a guy right there. And yeah, right? But when you do one of these and you pull everyone to this side of the field with you, look how open it is. And that's not even the first read, right? Like, what I was actually trying to show you guys is how this doesn't work well with verticals, just simply because this right there, like, if you run slip screen with verticals, right? If it's man coverage and these two guys carry the wide in the nickel and the corner here, carry these two wide receivers all the way up the field, then it'll work well because we have nothing but green grass to run up the field. But because this is zone, this nickel, he stays put and he's in position to make a tackle. We could stop it and throw the ball across the field to the halfback. But like I said, that's always risky because you don't know that he's open. He happened to be. Jesus Christ. God dang. Yeah. So anyway, the point I was trying to make is that I like to choose, if I'm going to do this, and I'm an ethical player, I don't do this often, but if I am going to do this, I'm going to select a slip screen where I have routes that run with me to that side of the field. So you see this trips tight end offset. This slip screen has those out routes that run with me. And then it also has that tight end on an in route as well. So if I get in trouble over here, I can always just pass the ball like that. I wasn't trying to complete that, just kind of showing you guys an example. So I can run out. Okay, what do I want to do? I'll just pass it back across the field like that. Get that block. Boom. And that's essentially it. That's the play. That is the play. You can get the ball up, you can take the running back, or excuse me, you can take the quarterback and just scramble. You can throw one of the routes like that. You have three options. It's almost like an option route, right? You got the quarterback keeper, which is this. We don't have anything. We're going to just stop. We're going to throw it back. Boom. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and like how I break down college football 25, then you would probably love my interception school video. I'd like to think I've mastered the art of getting interceptions, and in this video that's over 50 minutes long, I want to show you exactly how I managed to pull off multiple picks per game. So if you're just looking to level up your defense, you want to win more games, and you want to have way more fun while doing it, interceptions are the way to go about that, and I want to teach you how. So check out the link in the description of this video, give it a click, and it'll take you right to the interception school. Now let's get back to the video. You see how well it works? All right, so I'm going to show you so there is a risk to throwing it back across the field. So hopefully I can get an example of what happens when this is done the wrong way. But the blocking just is so good when you do it like that, right? You can see in these examples, I'm getting every time I throw it across the field, I'm getting 20 yards or something. But the risk is obvious. So when we do this, we don't know if he's open. And there has been times when I've thrown it back and it's been intercepted because for whatever reason, this defender is getting through and he's playing the running back and he intercepts it. So be aware of that. That is an option. Also, if for whatever reason you're doing this and so this is man, that's close. I can't tell if that's a backwards pass or not. But if you're doing this and it's a backwards pass and your running back drops the ball, it is a fumble. Okay. If it's a forward pass, it's just incomplete. No big deal. If it's a backward pass and he drops the ball, or say this defender was playing him close and tackled him and he wasn't able to complete the catch, it is a fumble. It's not an incomplete. So that's the other risky part to this. We can't see what's happening on this side of the field. So you could easily throw a pick or risk a fumble if it is a backward pass. If you somehow ran ahead of the running back, and you throw that backward pass, that's I'll just throw it back, then it's a fumble. All right, so just know that. You see how it's like I said, it maybe it is cheese, and it just sort of is. It is what it is. This is something I would pull out when I have an opponent that's just annoying the hell out of me and I want to annoy them back, or it's super desperate. I need a touchdown. There's no time left in the game. A Hail Mary's not going to work, so you might as well try something stupid like this, right? You might as well try something stupid like that. I was hoping I would be able to get an example of the pick or the fumble, but I'm not. Okay, one last thing. I want to show some slip screens work better than others just based on the routes that are on the field. So I found routes with crossers work well. Maybe this one with the post would work well. Let's try this one. This one has a couple of crossers. These are better for downfield. I ran it to the wrong side. Anyway, I don't think I need to show that. I think you guys get the point. So just, if this is something that you want to take advantage of or exploit, or you want to cheese or whatever, go for it. Go for it. Do your thing. Experiment with the different halfback screens. Find one that you like best in terms of the routes on the field, and go out and try it. Go out and try it. It's not something that you can rely on play after play after play, but oh, there it was. That was what I was trying to show you guys. That's why it's only something that I would pull out in a dire situation. Super desperate situation, because look, he can get through. And there's that pick that I was trying to show you guys. It does happen. But then again, that happens too. So, all right, that's enough. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'll see you in the next video.
First down, they dial up the pass play. You're not able to get them on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
At the 35, he's open. In with it. To the air, it's Daniels. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At the 45, on its way. Oh, look out, there he goes. Red one, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he'll step into... They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback adapting. Got it set up on the outside. That completion. They want to throw it. A little screen to the running back. State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years, too. All kinds of running room. The 20, past the 10.
Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
Open space at the 25. It can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback...
Running toward the tape.